Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you guys today with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about our potential superstar wide receiver, Jameson Williams, 21-year-old. You guys know the backstory on Jameson Williams. 3 years at Ohio State, was behind guys like Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. Two probably potential superstar wide receivers in the NFL. One plays for the Saints, Olave, and another plays for the Jets. Both having fantastic years. Great wide receivers, first-round picks. Jameson Williams was a first-round pick for the Detroit Lions this year. Lions moved up. We used that one of those LA Rams. That 32nd pick moved up with the Minnesota Vikings, and we acquired Jameson Williams from Alabama. Had that superstar year at Alabama, 1 year, like 79 catches, 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. Had a fantastic year. Blew out his torn ACL on January 10th, 2022 in that national championship game versus the Georgia Bulldogs. He was having a pretty good game there too as well. Caught a long pass, fell to the ground, didn't even get hit really. Kind of got touched, didn't get hit, and he turned into, he got hurt. He just ended up getting hurt, and he tore that ACL. Now, he had surgery, they say, around January 19th, but, a little bit after that happened, maybe, 9 days. The average recovery time, we've talked about this ad nauseum, for a torn ACL is around 8 to 9 months. Even 6 months with some cases, you have to be kind of inhuman, I think, if it's 6 months. We've seen guys do it, though. We've seen Adrian Peterson do it. Last year, we even seen a guy, Cam Akers, just your average running back, do it last year, where he hurt himself and came back from an ACL. So pretty early. But the Lions, they took time with Jameson Williams. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because out there's all kinds of speculation that, well, first there was speculation that he hurt himself. I went on Woodward Sports the other day, and they were reporting that they were hearing that he tweaked his knee. That they tweaked his knee. Well, whenever that happened, I don't know, but that was the report. No confirmation, nothing in concrete, all just hearsay, all just fluff out there. Twitter probably ran with it, and Woodward Sports, Ryan Romani, went on there and he said he heard that. And I forget who his co-host was at the time. I can't even forget. It wasn't Braylon Edwards. It wasn't Baydoun. It wasn't, I can't even remember the guy's name. But they weren't confirming anything. They were just saying that they heard it, and they heard that he tweaked his knee. But it had nothing to do with his injury. Nothing to do with his prior injury of his torn ACL when the Lions took him. So now we got this thing going on. That he's that he's apparently not happy with the offense. You're hearing that he's liking tweets, and we'll get into that, and stuff like they need to incorporate him in the offense, which I think is the real deal. They need to incorporate him in the offense, but you have to look at this. In reality, they kept this kid out until November 21st of 2022, out of practice. Okay. His first NFL game was against the Jacksonville Jaguars on December 4th, 2022, week 13. That's no football activities for 10 plus months if you're going to count from January 19th, okay? For 10 plus. No physical activities, nothing. That's just him walking around with a ball in his hand, watching, just getting the visuals, nothing else, studying in the film room. No physical activities whatsoever. So for 10 plus, that means nothing with the QB1, which is Goff, whatsoever. OTAs, training camp, preseason, and then into the regular season. 0 reps. 0. Okay? Not until November 21st, like we talked about, that he was with, and then he was running some routes with Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle said he looked good out there. Tim Boyle's not even with the team anymore. Okay? So he was looking good out there, running nice routes, looking good, just looking like a good wide receiver. So in reality, Goff and J-Mo have had roughly around 4 to 5 weeks right now of practice together. Now, that's not much. Right off the bat, that's not a lot at all. They need to work on their chemistry together, and it's going to take some time. Now, Chark and Raymond are pretty much the deep threats, too. You can even throw Josh Reynolds in there if you want to. You can stretch the field every now and then, but he's not really a deep threat kind of guy, but he can stretch the field. Now, J-Mo's stats this year, 2022, like I said, he came back for that Jacksonville Jaguar game. Didn't do much, obviously. He's caught in one pass for 41 yards and a touchdown. Now, and I believe that touchdown was against the Minnesota Vikings, if I can remember, on 5 targets. So J-Mo wants the ball, okay? J-Mo wants the ball, obviously. He's even out there liking tweets like we talked about getting the ball more. There was a guy out there on Twitter saying, get the ball in Jameson Williams' hands, man. I don't want to hear it. That was the tweet. Of course he doesn't want to hear it. He's probably a fantasy football guy. You know, those type of tweets right there scream fantasy football to me. And this is just not where we're at right now. This is not a fantasy football league, the NFL. It's not. Like you see it all the time with fans getting upset about this guy not getting the ball, this guy not getting the ball. This screams to me fantasy football frustration right here. You started Jameson Williams and you're not getting the football. So this tweet came out, I think, after the Jets game. I believe it was after the Jets game, which was, or it came out, I think, it could have came out during the Carolina game, Carolina Panthers game, and J-Mo liked it. And that caused a big stir. That caused a big stir in the NFL world. And we all know what happened in that game. He had one target. We ended up getting beat. Shane Zylstra was the main guy. Chark had a nice game too as well. Jameson didn't do anything. So, but this right there, that screams to me fantasy. And this is not a fantasy football league. The NFL is not a fantasy football league. You know, we all play it. I play it. I'm in way too many leagues to begin with. To tell you the truth, to be honest with you, I'm in way too many of them. And that right there just screams that. But we got to be patient with this kid because as of right now, there's more than Jameson Williams on this team. Like, you have to look at the big picture. You have to look at, the last 8 games. We've won 6 out of the last 8 games. Goff is playing really good football in those 6 to the last 8 games that we've been playing. A couple losses in there. A couple big games for Goff. A couple big games for the offense in general. Defense stepping up. But there's guys like DJ Chark, Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown. There's even other guys on this team that are going to get more looks. And I'm not saying that Jameson can't be getting the ball right now. But you can't really mess up what's going on the other side, too, with the other wide receivers. And I'm not saying a guy like J-Mo's going to mess up stuff, but we got a good thing going on with Goff. He's playing at a really high level. You know how he's exceptional at home. I think he still needs to be better on the road, but that's a whole other video. But he's still playing top 10 football. Goff is probably playing the best football of his career, one of his best since 2018. I think his 2017 and 2018 years were better. I really do. But he's right on course for having a fantastic year. And Goff has came out himself and said he's not going to force the ball to Jameson Williams. And you got to remember too, guys, Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for this team, has came out and said that it's going to take a bit to incorporate him in this offense. He's not just going to get thrown into the mix and be wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2. He's not even wide receiver 3. He's barely wide receiver 4. That's just the reality of it. They're getting the ball to the tight ends more than they are to Jameson. So he's option number 5, 6 if you want to throw the running backs in there. You want to throw running backs and tight ends in there? Amon-Ra, number 1. DJ Chark has pretty much taken over that number 2 spot and then you throw in the running backs. They love to run the football. So Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, Justin Jackson. That's 3, 4, 5 guys right there. So 3, 4, and 5. And you throw in a guy like Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds is 5 or 6. You're looking at he's option 6 or 7. Jameson Williams right now. And it's not a bad thing to have all kinds of weapons because he's going to get his. But we have to be patient here. If we were losing, it'd be a whole different story. Like the season has been up and down, obviously. We went through a 1-6 start, won a bunch of games, 6 out of the last 8. Playoff hopes are still alive, winning football games. So it's a lot easier to talk about than it would be if we were completely winning 1 or 2 games. Then it would be a much bigger subject. But I think with this, they're taking it easy. There's no rush to get him involved right now. They're just getting his feet wet. He's going to be a thing come 2023. And hell, if they make the playoffs, he could be a thing. And I'm not saying that they're holding him back and they're trying to let out the weapon because he's not a secret weapon. People know about Jameson Williams. It's just that simple. People know about him. He's no secret. He's not a secret in the NFL. He was probably going to be one of the top wide receivers taken off the board if he probably didn't go down with that ACL. So I think fans need to be a little bit more patient. We got a good thing going on with this offense right now. He's going to get the ball. I know the targets aren't there. He's probably a little bit flustered he's not getting the ball. He's 21 years old. You got guys like Terry Foster and Woodward Sports calling him immature. Come on, I don't think he's immature. I don't think he's causing a ruckus in the locker room. Not that we're hearing it anyways. We're not hearing nothing about it. So calling him immature, I think, is a little bit premature. It's a little bit premature because I just don't think that's a problem right now. You got guys ahead of him. It's just that simple. The chemistry is there. You can't say that 4 or 5 weeks of chemistry with Jared Goff means that he's going to go right in there. Physical chemistry. He's going to go in there and he's going to become the guy right away. It just doesn't work like that. No OTAs, no training camp, no preseason. That is humongous. No practices whatsoever until 4 or 5 weeks ago. He's not going to get his right away. We got to be patient with this. And I think it's going to happen. When that happens, I don't know. Brad. Dan Campbell has said that he's going to get more. He came out, I think, a couple days ago and said he's going to get more snaps or more playing time. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get more targets. Dan Campbell doesn't need to tell anybody anything. He's gonna kind of. I think he's kind of playing the media on that one, saying, "Yeah, Jameson Williams, we're looking to get him more snaps, 100%. Doesn't mean he's getting the ball. Doesn't mean he's getting a target. That doesn't mean that he's a bad football player. He's a bust. People love to come out and say that word too. He's a bust. What a waste of a pick. Brad Holmes is an idiot. It's just that's the most casual take ever. That's just what people say when they don't have anything else to say. I just got into an argument with the guy completely off topic, and he was telling me that Aiden Hutchinson is a bust. It is a mediocre player. I go on his profile. What is he? He's an MSU Spartan fan. I'm like, there you go. God bless you, bro. I'm like, that's exactly why you called him mediocre. You think he sucks. Comparing him to Charles Harris and Romeo Okwara, saying that they're better players. I don't know. Romeo hasn't done a damn thing all year except for 2 sacks. Got back. Charles Harris was considered a bust coming into last year. Had a nice year for us. Hutchinson is in his first year, and he's probably a candidate for Rookie of the Year. And this guy's telling me, I don't know why he'd even telling us. I just think it's a funny story. And then the guy tells me that he's not a rookie anymore. So basically, he's changed into a 5-year vet. 13, 14 games in. He's not a rookie no more. So it's just that's my point. It's casual takes like that just make me laugh. It's just like that kind of stuff makes me laugh. Like the most casual take you could have is just calling someone a bust, calling someone shit or mediocre because they don't go to the school that you like. Like, I can't stand MSU. I can't stand Ohio State. They become a Detroit Lion, I'm all in. It's not being a tough guy. It's not being a tough guy or have some type of pride to go for that said player because they went to a school that I can't stand. I like Jeff Okuda. I like Taylor Decker. I don't care where you went. I don't care what school you went. As long as you come to Detroit, then okay, boom, you're a Lion now. I got nothing to prove there. But I'm way off topic. I should have made that another video, but bye-bye. Doesn't matter. It's all fun and games. But let's take it easy on J-Mo. J-Mo's coming. Let's see what happens against Chicago. I'm going to come up with my preview today too. This is just kind of a filler video, kind of a fun video I wanted to do. And I kind of wanted to tell that story about that doofus that I ran into on Facebook. But thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate the views and everything. Don't forget that subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, get all my videos. Don't forget to like, comment this out, man. What do you guys think about J-Mo? Let's not panic. Let's not panic, guys. He's going to get his. We know what J-Mo is. Boom. Go Lions. One pride, baby. Boom.